Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another beautiful Monday. I know I'm so glad and so happy to be back. I tell you, it's just a beautiful day. What can I say? We are we are alive, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just be honest. We're alive. And I just thank God for that. Just that one thing we're here. So thank God for that. I'd like to welcome you all, live viewers, for watching the show. I can't thank you enough for being here. Anytime you take time out of your day to spend time with me, I'm so happy to have you. And I like to thank the replay viewers too, because replay viewers, you come on, you watch the show, you make comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay. And I also, all of you that have gone to the YouTube channel and you click that you like the show, that means you subscribe. I'm sorry, you do the subscription. You click that you subscribe to the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are definitely appreciated, each and every one of you. I also now, I do my commercial. I got to do my commercial now. This is for the books that are published through Front Page Publishing. This is one. This is, I tell you, probably will always be my favorite author. This is Dr. Mildred Henry. Hi, Dr. Henry. This is her book, From the Ashes I Rise. This is one of the books that our company, my husband and I company, Front Page Publishing, published. And I always say she's my oldest author, but she at 89, I can tell you right now, I get so excited because many of you think you're too old to do anything. What you know what I think? When I tell you this lady is sharp, this lady is sharp. So don't ever think, oh, that's no, 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 no. You're only as old as you think you are. And what is that? What they always say? Age is nothing but a number. It is nothing but a number. But I'm so proud of this lady. I can tell you that now. And then I also wanted to show this is the book. Many of you know this is based on me and Oliver. We were in Brazil and got stuck in the elevator. True story. That's what this is. True story. Stuck in the elevator. Turned it into a book. That's another. I wanted to share that with you. This is our son's book, Justin Lowe's book. Ta-da! Here. And I'm just going to show these. Well, the other one, many of you, let me show you this one. This is Save Your Home from Probate. I'm really trying to help people here to give you, those of you, and they're all on Amazon, by the way. And many of you recognize Red Elephant. Have you seen a red elephant? Okay, that's it for today. I'm not going to wear you guys. I'm not going to wear you out with the rest of them because I'm excited. There's another book coming. It's coming in not too long. I don't want to say exactly when it's coming out, but the next children's book, and I have it on the bottom, is Justin Lost a Tooth. It'll be coming out. Justin Lost a Tooth. So just so you know, I just want you guys to get ready for that one as it's about to come. So I just want you to know that if you have children, grandchildren, or you have friends or family that have children, grandchildren, you will love the books. Every time I do a kind of little survey and I give it to little children, and I kind of look to see how they look at it and to watch a child read your words. I don't even know, I don't think I can express just how important that is. I don't even know what to say, except that it touches my heart because you and I, all of us here know someone took the time to teach us how to read, how to write. And when you know those two elements and you really think about it, without them, you cannot function in our society. It almost becomes impossible to do it. Or I'm going to say impossible, it's got to be real hard. But when you do know those two things, there's literally nothing you can't do in our society. But you must know how to read and you must know how to write. The key is to have a child love it, not just learn how to do it, but fall in love with it. And the way we do that is with books. Now, I know that's changed a little bit because of electronics, but the kids, they still love to touch the books. They still like to touch and the feel of books, at least the ones I'm talking to. So just know that they're there. They're on Amazon. I always just share that with you. All righty. And also, I did want to add I do speak. I don't know if anybody knows that, but I do speak at schools. I go out to nonprofits. I do speak. I just haven't really advertised that, but I do. And the first one I want to say hello to today is Charles Radney. Hello, Charles. How are you? How are you? Welcome to the show, Charles. And Sonia. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Sonia. I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you too, sweetheart. Good to see you. I'm so glad to see you on the show. I'm glad to see you back. Now, I wanted to introduce you to our guest for today. When I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I know you really. Some of you may know James. You may even have seen or either been to some of his sessions. But when I saw him a few minutes before the show, I go, James, your hair has gotten so long. But I'm laughing because I just like I like his locks and everything. But when I saw him last, they were like way up here, but now they've come a little lower, so they are getting long. But anyway, let me read you a little bit about his bio and who this gentleman is. James, the yoga guy, the yoga dude Woods. Okay. He has a passion for sharing the tools he has learned on his personal journey to wellness. He has a degree in marriage and family therapy, registered yoga teacher, a speaker, a mentor, an author, organizer, a teacher, an active community member. And that he is. He was raised in Corona and found roots in Riverside through community relationships. As president of Feel Free to Feel Free, a health and wellness organization that provides community and school based wellness programs and services. They provide staff training, academic assemblies, and parent classes on self care, yoga meditation, mindfulness, and wellness. Timmy Tut is the first book from James that fulfills his passion for sharing wellness tools through literacy experience for youth and adults and to learn how to deal with emotions and increase positive behaviors. James is also the founder of Million Man Meditation. And we're going to talk more about that because what's really good is that we're right here, right before his Million Man Meditation. And those of you that are on the email list will receive the flyer in the probably the next few hours. It'll go out just to kind of let you know that what's coming. So he says, he is the founder of Million Man Meditation. I believe this is the sixth one coming up, a wellness resource event featuring all Black men. Don't you just love the sound of that? James is a willing servant and believer in building a better future. You can find him at www.datyogadude.com. And he has / Mary Welch on a social media on Instagram at that yoga dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what James says. Feel free to feel free. James, here. Are you there, James?
Oh, I am here. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, Mary.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
you're welcome. So we're just glad to have you, James. I know it because I would see you probably weekly when before
Yes,
COVID, before COVID.
yes.
And then now I haven't seen you as that's why I didn't, when I saw your hair, I said, all right now,
It's been a while. It's been a while. Yes.
but
So
that's
glad to be back.
but I think it's a lot has happened since I last saw you too.
There's been a whole lot happening in the world and a whole lot happening in life. Like you said, hair getting longer, business expanding. We have been in more districts and have the privilege of serving more kids through this yoga, mindfulness, meditation. And I agree with you so much about the power and the skills of communication.
Mm.
So communicating through written word,
Yeah.
communicating through speech, being able to read and write and communicate is a power. And we teach people how to communicate with their body through yoga, meditation, and mindfulness. So I appreciate so much what you're doing, and it's inspiring me to keep it going.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I can tell you, you definitely when I first met you, I think you had started the Million Man. It was
Yes,
just the beginning. So it has grown over. You're talking about, I remember when it was all just, I think it was an idea,
yes,
and
yes.
now it's a reality. So good for you. Good for you. Well, why don't we go? Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
So I am a marriage and family therapist by education. I have my master's degree in clinical counseling, and I also have my certification in yoga.
Oh,
So I put those two together to create the that yoga do feel free program in schools. And it all started when I loved being a therapist. I loved it. It was just the embodiment of me. And also grateful to get an education. I went to Xavier University of Louisiana. Shout out to the HBCUs. All right.
Right.
And I got my degree in psychology. I came back home in 2008.
Mhm.
So the job market was down.
Right.
And only thing I could do was find a job being working in a group home. So I started working in group homes, working with kids, working with adults with special needs. And I loved it. I just fell in love with it. But I remember one day this kid came into the therapist office at the group home. And these were the kids who gang banging, drug dealing. These were those kids.
Mhm. Right.
He went into that therapist office and he came out different. And I was like, man, I want to do that. That's something, that's something that I want to do.
Right.
So I ended up going to get my degree and just loving it, falling in love with
Oh,
mental health and being there. And it was something that I didn't see too much in our community. So it was even more impactful for me to be able to serve in that way.
good.
But have you ever loved something so much you gave it your all and
Yeah.
ended up being burnt out?
Yep.
Yeah,
As they
that
say,
was
been there, done
been
that.
there, done that. Yeah. That's what happens to me. So I'm working at the same time, building a nonprofit at the same time, writing my book at the same time, trying to manage life and everything. I was about
Mhm.
25, 26 years old, and I just experienced burnout.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what happened. In therapy school, they teach you how to help and serve others, but they don't teach you really how to serve and help yourself,
Right.
at least back then. So I never forget, I was leaving a Black History Month event and it was on a Saturday, and I wanted to get some notes done for my job, and just always trying to stay on top of it. That was one of the hardest parts, is just doing the notes and everything, the paperwork. So I'm leaving the Black History Month event early in the morning. I didn't get too much sleep the night before. I thought I wasn't eating right at the time. I just wasn't taking care of myself. It was just next client, work, serve,
Oh,
help. I was that super therapist. I was in there working with the uncles, the aunties, the mamas. I was at your probation hearing. I was all over the place. So I go and I try to get my notes done after an event, and I'm like, all right, I got to take a break. So I stop, I get something to eat. I'm chilling, and I get back in my car. I had like a 2000 something Honda at the time, and I'm tired. So like, all right, let me just sit down for a second. I sit down in my car. All right, cool. Nodded off for a little bit, then I had to hurry up and get back up and keep pushing to the next thing. I'm tired though, but I'm not listening to myself. I'm pushing through it.
mm,
Crank up the Honda. It was a stick shift, so I was just flying around in that thing.
right.
Headed down the 60 freeway. I remember like it was yesterday. Headed towards LA. And all of a sudden my head just starts doing one of these where your head just start dropping. Like
What?
when you yeah,
And
watching
you're behind the
TV.
wheel?
I'm behind the wheel, flying down the freeway. I look at my speedometer and it says 80 miles an hour.
What?
My head drops again. Oh man, I need to slow down. I'm tired, but head
No.
drops again. Boom! I slam into the center divider. My car does a
What?
full 180-degree turn in the middle of the freeway across 4 lanes of traffic. Boom!
Oh,
Cars is going past me. I look up, I see the back of the freeway sign, not the green part that tells you where you're going, the gray
oh
part letting you
my
know you're going the
God.
wrong way. I see the freeway through my broken windshield. So glasses all over me. I got little cuts bleeding everywhere. My car door smashed in. So my driver's side arm is all smashed in. But that smashed in driver door all of a sudden popped open. So now I'm laying on the middle of the freeway as I fell out. Cars, this is the 60 freeway, the big, huge trucks, boom, 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 going
What?
past me. By the grace of God,
Oh,
I didn't
James. James.
kill anyone. And I'm here today, not in jail or in a casket. I made it to the side of the freeway.
And you knew then.
But to get this, the first thing on my mind was, I gotta let the client know I'm not gonna make it. I gotta finish these notes. I was just still so caught up in it. I couldn't even take a second for myself after I
Mhm.
couldn't, I was so deep in it. And that's sometimes what happens to us as educators and people who serve and work in a community. We just get so caught up in it
Yeah.
until we finally crash. Now that was my crash. And I know people whose crashes have been a disease, a death of a loved one, a divorce, a breakup, a
Right.
separation,
Right.
weight gain. There's so many crashes that we all have that can stop
Mm-hmm.
us to
Mm-hmm.
make us force and listen. So
Oh, James, that just gave me chills just to hear about this because literally your life was it could have went just like that.
could have went just like that, and then I would not have been able to help or serve anyone. So I finally I get back, I recover, and I get into the office, and I have this woman. Now she was always cool and calm, and she told me about yoga, and I'm like, I'm an athlete. I used to play football at Centennial High School in Corona. I'm a man. I'm want to push weights and do hard stuff, jump and crawl and fight. And she kept telling me, "Hey James, you should try yoga. You should try yoga." And then finally, I told her, "Black men, we don't do yoga. That's
Mm-hmm.
just what we don't do. We don't do that."
No.
And so she broke me down. I ended up going to a yoga class, and
Right.
in that first yoga session, I well, first I was like, it smells like sweaty feet in here and yoga mats and stuff like that. Y'all need to clean this out. And then I looked around. I noticed I was the only man in there, and I was the youngest, probably about like by 20 years, it felt like. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, this is finna be a breeze. I'm just going to come in here and just take over this class. But I get down to the mat, and we first just started out with some breathing stuff, all the breathing and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
that breath work, as they call it, really helped me to slow down. It really helped me to
Mm-hmm.
pause and refocus.
Yeah.
I was so unfocused and scatterbrained that my body was in constant tension and tightness mode. I was irritated. I was stressed out. I wasn't breathing.
Wow. Wow.
So, most of us walk around taking shallow breaths, just
Uh-huh.
using the lungs, using the upper chest area.
Right.
But our body is designed to breathe in using a diaphragm, which is a muscle that pulls in the oxygen all the way down to the bottom of our rib cage and into the belly. So a lot of people still suffer from digestive issues and irritable bowel syndromes
Mm-hmm.
because we're not getting healthy breath and we're not dealing with the stress. Our belly is really a bundle of nerves in there. There's bacteria and there's nerves in there that's triggered by stress. You talk about butterflies in your stomach.
Uh-huh.
When we're able to calm down the central nervous system, which is this built-in system in our body that helps to turn off those stressors, those fight and flight, those I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready to tear something up, or I just got to go sit down. I can't take it no more. We have this God given built in mechanism that helps us to calm ourselves down, and it's the breath. But a lot of times we don't use it because
No,
we don't know,
we don't know.
and we haven't slowed down enough to be able to use it. So the first thing I learned was just being able to breathe. Now, I always ask kids and when I'm doing my assemblies, does anyone know how to breathe in here? And they kind of laugh and raise their hand and stuff. But a lot of people really don't.
We don't. Mm-mm.
A lot of people just have a short, shallow, open mouth, just breath that is not enriching the body with the oxygen it needs
Mm-hmm.
or helping to clean out. So over 70% of waste is expelled through the exhalations in our body that we breathe.
I
All the
did not
dust.
know this. James, I'm
Mhm.
listening to you going, I just know this. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Because we're breathing in. Yes, we eat all day and then we have to eliminate, but
Uh-huh.
we're breathing even more than we're eating. And we're breathing in the lovely smog here in the Inland Empire and the whatever somebody was cooking and they burnt and the candles somebody used and whatever the perfume and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
when we have a clean and clear exhale, we are expelling those toxins. And this we're also letting go of the stress and the tension that our body can hold on to.
Wow.
So when
Wow.
we're talking about yoga here,
Uh-huh.
we're talking about cleansing, we're talking about being able to function at your best possible self.
Right.
And it's not just what we do on the mat, it's what we do on a daily basis and in our lives. So it's a powerful tool. So yes, I get in that first yoga class and
Uh-huh.
we start doing this weird breathing stuff. It's weird to me because I'm like, what is this? This is weird. Um, but I immediately felt different. I immediately felt
Wow.
different.
So really, it was not just getting in the class. They're proving to you that this works because
Yes.
it's not a matter of talking about it or saying it or anything like that. It's the proof is in I feel better. I did want to go back really quickly though. On that time on that accident, when your head was that was just pure exhaustion. It's
Yeah.
why you couldn't even keep your head up.
Pure, it was exhaustion. It was poor diet. It was mind scattered because I have too many things going on,
Mhm.
not prioritizing, not scheduling right, not taking care of my body, not acknowledging the stress that was going on in my body. So,
Okay.
as we
Okay.
talked about that communication piece,
Oh yeah, that's big. But we have a guest here, and they have comments too, and they want to say hello to you. This is from
hello,
Gwendolyn. She's
hello, hello.
hi Gwen.
Hey, Gwendolyn.
That's my cousin. Hi Gwen.
Hey, hey.
And then we have I saw a couple other comments start rolling in. I want to make sure I anytime you guys leave comments, you can we're gonna call your names. You're gonna be called out. So here we go. Another one's from Richard. Hi Richard, nice to see
Hey.
you. And then Gwen said, nothing but a testimony. PLT. Listen to your body. You were tired. You
Yes,
were
yes,
you were
yes.
past tired though. It was exhaustion. It
It
was
was exhaustion.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then it says, James, we are blessed to hear your story.
Yes.
And
Thank
that's
you.
from Charles. Hi, Charles. So
Thank you.
we
Thank
bless,
you.
want to make sure you hear that. And then Charles says, James, you should check out Earl Ofari Hutchinson. He does yoga and writes books. Are you familiar with him?
No, please, if you could share his, if he has a social media or email,
Uh-huh.
yes, please.
And then
Thank
we
you,
have
Charles.
Elaine Wilson. She says, James, this is so informative. And then we're glad you're alive. We just said we're all ears, but we're
Thank you.
all ears and glad you're alive. We're both
Thank you.
because I'm listening to you because I didn't realize when you're talking, I had hit burnout with education.
Mm.
I retired, but I retired because I didn't know what burnout was.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it was burnout until after I had made a decision to retire.
Wow. Wow.
So sometimes it's afterward. Oh, they want to know where your classes too. They put where are your yoga classes.
We have our classes online. So if you go to our Facebook page, it'll be there. So we do them every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday online at 6 a.m. And it'll be
Woo!
streamed to our Facebook page, that Yoga Dude, and to our Instagram page. And
Wow.
then, yeah, we'll share a link with you where you can get all that information.
Good, good, good. I didn't at 6, 8 in there. How long did they last? 1 hour?
No, these are just 15 minutes to get your day started.
Okay.
And then we have longer classes on there that we send you to, our recorded longer classes. So our
Yeah.
live classes, just 15 minutes in the morning to get your day started waking up. And
Mhm.
then we have our hour long live classes, our recorded classes, and everything that we send to you.
Okay. And they said thank you. I
You're
think
welcome.
that's Sheila. Is that you, Sheila? Sheila's our she's on Facebook. So we have Facebook and we have YouTube going simultaneously. So I never know where the comments are coming from, but we're just glad to have the audience here. But go on, James. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was just going to make
Uh,
sure I acknowledge our audience here.
no problem. And like you said, it was exhaustion and depression at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
where my levels of energy and my level of focus was gone because I was just so stressed out, and
Mm-hmm.
the enthusiasm and joy and zeal that I had for my job coming into it, a lot of it lost because of, okay, I'm dealing with the politics, I'm dealing with the paperwork, and I'm just doing too much. So it was some days, even as I started, yoga really helped me. It was some days where only thing I can literally do to get started with my day was get up, pray, and then roll out of my bed and flop onto my mat and get started with my yoga to really kick me up and get started. Otherwise, it was going to be hard for me to make it into the job. So there's some
Wow.
certain yoga poses and things that I did to really lift me
Okay.
physically to
Uh-huh.
be able to make it into the job and continue the work that I did. So
Wow.
it
Well, I
was a
can
lot.
tell you, I'm pretty sure I need the classes and everything else you for sure. So I can, but then we do have a couple more of our studio audience, and they are Althea. She says, "Hi, Mary. Hi, James. Do you offer classes for beginners?"
Yes, yes, we do. Um,
Ooh, see.
I really focused on beginners because I work in education
Mhm.
and working with youth who are beginners, and then working with educators who they need something that can get their day started. They need something that can deal with, and a lot of educators have just been through it already. So yes,
Okay.
we're all beginners.
Okay, and Elaine Wilson says, "I will listen to the replay to hear James. She came on late from WAC or West Side Action Group meeting, and
Awesome.
sorry, she said sorry she missed that part, but she's going to listen to the replay.
All right. All
But I'm going
right.
to tell you, we are in for a treat today, ladies and gentlemen, because James is going to show us some chair yoga.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
So I have my whole setup here, and I just want to show you. So this is my little yoga blanket that I have. If
Mhm.
you are doing it on the mat, you can put this on the mat to kind of have your hips. You can put this on the mat, and your hips sit up higher than your knees, and that helps when you sit in crisscross applesauce. If you're on the chair, you can also put this on the back to have that back support. So
Mhm.
this yoga blanket is pretty versatile, and you can use it in different areas to help you bolster you and give you some support. And some I like to lay down on my yoga mat with this right under my back to give me that lower back support because a lot
Right.
of us have tight lower backs from sitting in
Mhm.
chairs all day and tight hamstrings. So having this here, so I just wanted to show you the yoga mats that we have, and
Mhm.
then I have my water over here. Always stay hydrated, y'all. Make sure you stay hydrated, and then just all my computer stuff over there. But when we get into our yoga, we don't really need too much stuff. You just see I got some regular basketball shorts, a hoodie on. I'm gonna go ahead and take my socks off just to get
Okay.
real comfortable with y'all. We getting all the way real.
Do your
And I
thing.
have a chair. Get it out. Good. So I
Okay.
have my chair, and we're going to start out just like I started in that yoga class, breathing. Okay. Then we move into the movement, and then we moved into the final, one of the most difficult poses in yoga, but we'll get there. So I want you all to sit up nice and tall. And if you can see my feet,
Okay.
see how my feet are flat on the ground. Good. I'm just going to lift my toes and then drop them. And then my back is straight and my shoulders are relaxed. Chest is slightly lifted. Once again, we're doing this so we can breathe in through the nose, down through the esophagus, the lungs, the ribs, into the diaphragm and into the belly. A deep belly breath here to calm that central nervous system, that brain activation that tells your body you're okay, you're safe, you're no longer in that trauma. When we breathe in and out of the nose, it sends that signal to the brain. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out of the nose. Sitting up nice and tall, relaxing the face, the shoulders. Stop clenching in the jaw and holding tight in the hands and just breathe with me on a count of 3. Relax. 2, and inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the nose. Good. Relax the shoulders and inhale through the nose
Mm.
and exhale through the nose. Relax the belly. Inhale and exhale. Good. Just notice what you feel right now, what's going on with your breath, your mind. Good. So as we take those deep breaths, we get our body started. And then we're going to slowly start to incorporate the body. After I got from the breath and being like, hey, what's going on with all this breathing, we went into the moving. Not necessarily headstands and backflips and back bends and all that. It was simple movements that we can do along with our breath. Yoga is a word that means yoke. Bring together, unite, union. What are we bringing together? The mind and the body. How do we do it? With the breath. The
Mm,
breath is always going. As long as we have breath, we have life. So as we stay focused on breathing and moving, we're oxygenating our body, clearing away the toxins, staying present and staying focused. Let's take a deep inhale here, breathe in, and we're going to slowly bring our arms out to the side and up into the sky. Now be careful. If there's any pain or anything in your shoulders, just stop. Good. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly bring the hands down. Good. Stretching the whole body, stretching the ribs, stretching through the sides, the obliques. Good. Bringing the arms up over the heart, helping our circulation. Exhale, breathing out. Good. Let's inhale, breathe in. There's a gland under our armpits that we need to move for it to do its work. If we don't move, we don't get it working. Yep, yep, yep. Exhale, drop
mm.
those hands down. Good. All right. So
What
much
gland
tension.
is that, James? I'm sorry. What gland is that?
It's a gland under the armpit. It's a part of like the thyroid system, and it's like the sewer system of the body, where you have it part of cleaning out the toxins and stuff. But it has to be moving to actually do the work. So when we're sitting, that's why being stationary is so dangerous. Is blocking the circulation of blood, especially through the legs, the hips, the
Mhm.
muscles, and the back of the body. And then there's so many parts of our body that require our movement, our physical activation to be able to for them to be able to function. Our heart, lungs, they function without us. But a lot of other organs, they need our movement to be able to help to release the toxins within our body.
I know
Good.
my doctor said if you walk 3 times a week for 30 minutes, you've um, increased your life expectancy by 10 years.
Come on, come on. Let's live another decade just by walking.
3 times a week. He said 30 minutes. He's like, just even if you just get out and walk around the block a few times, that that movement is what you just
Hmm.
said is so true. You think about 10 years
Right.
by just getting out and getting some fresh air and sun and all those things that we I think we take for granted.
Yes. Yes. We take it for granted, and through the pandemic, our movement was inhibited. So it's even more important to get out and walk because you can spend your whole day in front of a Zoom camera
Hmm.
and feel like you're going somewhere because you've been staring at a screen all day, but your body is like, no, we ain't been nowhere. It's time to move. So that's why I
Yes.
like to do these short 15-minute
Yeah.
sessions and stuff for us to get up and move, break up the day, break
I
up the day.
thought too during COVID. Well, this is what I noticed. I noticed more families walking during
Yes,
COVID.
yes,
That's what I started seeing. It was like busy, like a little on the street. I
yeah,
came out one day. I said, "Wow, look at all!" Because there was nothing else we could do.
yeah,
So I was, but now that people are kind of like back in their groove again, I'm not seeing that as much.
yeah, folks, get out there and walk. Get a dog, get a bike, or do something. Get out there and walk.
And I
And a
really
lot of
interrupted your program. I'm sorry.
no problem, no problem. We can always come back to the breath to refocus. So let's
Okay.
take a deep breath on the count of three. Relax. Two and one. Let's inhale through the nose. This time we're going to exhale through the mouth. Yes. Let's take these shoulders and we're going to inhale, roll the shoulders up, squeeze at the top, and then exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Mm. Let's inhale, shoulders roll, coming up once again. Exhale, back and down. Tightness and tension is stored in the shoulders. Breathe in. Yep,
Mhm.
yep. You feel it. Squeeze at the neck. And then exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Mm. I know. We're going to right there. So, whenever you scrolling on Facebook or you see a accident or something, your shoulders just kind of hunch up and all that tension and tightness is just stored there. When you go to the mall or get a massage, first thing people go is for the shoulders because those
Mhm.
are storage places for tension and stress within the body. So we always want to roll them out, get them out. I'm going to take my deep breath here, breathe in and exhale. And on the next inhale, I'm going to slowly bring my chin over to my right shoulder, gently moving in through the neck. I slept wrong or something last night. And
Mhm.
inhale, slowly moving back to the center. Exhale, moving that chin over to the right shoulder. And so the neck is cranked all day long. So just breathing and moving that chin from shoulder to shoulder.
Mhm.
Nice. And then we're going to slowly move the chin back to center. As you exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And
Mhm.
then bring the chin over towards the right shoulder, making a circle with the chin. Bring it up and over to the left shoulder. Good. Don't forget to breathe as we do so. Down deep into the belly. Take time to notice the tightness and tension in your neck. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Let's go the other direction here. Inhale, slowly rolling the chin. Ooh, from one side to the next. Feel that tightness and stiffness and
Mhm.
tension. Notice the difference between each side. And when you're ready, we're going to bring our head back to center. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. We spend a lot of time with our upper body hunched over a keyboard, hunched over a cell
Mhm.
phone,
Right.
a steering wheel. We want to open the body up, soften the shoulders, relax it away from the ears, the sternum, the breastbone here. We want to see if we can raise that in the lower ribs as much as possible instead of it being hunched over. When we're hunched over, we're also not getting as much oxygen as we can. Our
Yeah.
body, our diaphragm is hunched over. When we sit up a little bit taller, it's
Mhm.
like opening a water hose. The flow of oxygen just to freely come down into the body.
Right.
So we open up. Let's take another shoulder roll here. Inhale, bring those shoulders up, squeeze. Exhale, bring the shoulders back and down. Good. On the next
Feel
inhale,
it. I can feel it.
and
Woo.
and that's important to be able to identify
Mhm.
because I work with a lot of students who are under a lot of stress, and a lot of them are so used to being stressed out. When we
Mhm.
start doing a lot of these breathing and relaxing things, they start laughing or giggling or looking to the left or looking to the right because they're uncomfortable with being
Mhm.
comfortable. They're
Yeah.
uncomfortable releasing that stress.
Yeah.
It's like a energizer bunny thing when it's just so wound up in your body. And when that stops, it's like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? I don't feel right
Right.
without the toxins and the stress and tension in my body. So we have to coach them through that. We have to work with them through like, hey, you can breathe, you can relax, and you can allow your body to be calm and peaceful. Because
Wow.
there's so many external stimuli and so many things out there and trauma and everything going on in their life that
Right.
when they do have a chance for peace, they don't even know how to act. They don't know what to do with it.
It's
So this
it's
is a yoga practice.
it's unfamiliar.
It's unfamiliar. It's unfamiliar.
Like that's what you really, it's like that's not a something they know or true. You know what it really is? It's something they don't even trust it.
They don't trust it.
Mm-mm.
They don't trust it because and working with military and officers, a lot of times they say, if I turn, if I release this stress and this tension, if I turn it off,
Yeah.
I won't be able to respond. I won't be able, and it's the opposite. When you're calm and you're focused, you
Right.
can see everything. I
Yeah.
like to think about it as like uh, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. They're at the free throw line.
Yeah.
They dribble, they take a breath, they relax their shoulders,
They
and
do.
another $1 million shot. Right.
Because they
So
because they're centered.
they centered,
Like
they're
like
focused.
one like yeah, and that's what they do too. They
Yeah.
stop and think about it. They got thousands of people screaming,
Right.
either for them to make it or for them to miss it, but
Right.
it's still a distraction. And then that
Hmm.
space, they've learned to center themselves and focus.
That's it. So
Woo.
I always say if it can work for them, it can work for anybody.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. So
Mhm.
let's take another breath coming back into it. We're going to inhale on the count of three through the nose.
Okay.
One, two, three. Let's inhale. And through the mouth, we exhale. Coming back into focus. Next, inhale, we're going to bring this left hand up into the sky. Reach up and stretch up with that left hand. Good. Always focusing on what I call my in love handles because it really teaches you to love this whole body I got. And I'm going to take my left hand over to the right side and feel that stretch.
Oh.
My hip all the way through my ribs and all the way to my fingertips. I feel that stretch. And go as far as you want to go and as you need to go to be able to stretch and open up. Roll that left shoulder back. Whoo. Stretch to the back, the heart, the lungs expand, creating more capacity for breath. Inhale slowly coming up. Exhale, dropping that left hand down.
Mm.
Good. On the next inhale, the right hand comes out and up. Chest opens, back stretches. I take it over. Good. Just noticing this side is a little bit more sore, more tender, a little bit more stiff. The alignment in our body. Sometimes our hips and our knees and our feet create pains in our back, in our upper body. So taking
Mhm.
time to figure out where we are aligned or misaligned. Don't forget to breathe here. Breathe in and slowly exhale coming down. The powerful thing about yoga is a lot of times we get into these uncomfortable positions in our body and we forget to breathe. We forget what gives us life. We forget that we have to breathe through it and make it through it. So it's helping us to remember to stay comfortable in uncomfortable situations. It doesn't matter if you're starting a business, it doesn't matter if you're raising a family, there's going to be some uncomfortable positions.
Mhm.
Remembering to breathe through it and relax, remembering just one breath at a time to make it through. Let's inhale slowly, bring both hands up into the sky, reach up, stretch up. Good. This time, I'm going to lean back in my chair. Ooh, feel that chest rise, feel that stretch.
Mhm.
I'm going to bring my arms back. Let me show you from the side. I'm going to bring my arms back behind my ears. I'm going to lean back, bring my chest up, look up, stretch up, and I'm going to pull my arms down to the sides, opening up. Ooh, ooh, mm. Yeah. I think we needed that. Good.
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time. I want to open up a little bit more.
Okay.
Press down into my feet. Inhale, both hands reach up, stretch up into the sky. Good. Let's get a full reach here. I want you to open and close your hands so you can stretch them out, those joints, those tendons, making sure we
Mhm.
make old Arthur get away, arthritis, tendonitis, all those. Twisting the wrist around, relaxing, getting those healthy and full of blood and oxygen. Reach up, inhale, lean back, bring those arms back, bring the chest up, arch the spine, open up, bring the hands down, stretch to the chest. Ooh, yes, yes, yes.
Listen, I'm listening to you. I'm like, wow. I'm like just what this is doing to us, to me, because I
Yes,
stress in my, I feel it in my
yeah,
neck and how I need all of this.
right, right,
I'm
right.
telling you.
And these are things that our body does naturally. When you wake up from a long nap or when you wake up from a sleep, your body stretches and opens up. And what that does, especially when we have that back bend, it gives us energy. Whenever we come into a back bend, it sends us a little bit of energy. So
Wow.
that's better than a shot of Red Bull or a 5 hour energy drink. Cause even you started laughing more, you brightened up, you opened up just from doing those two back bends,
I know.
paying attention to our body. A lot of times we're not paying attention to the flow of energy that we have. Why am I so tired? Why do I just feel like because you haven't moved? You've been sitting in that chair, you've been sitting on that couch. Get up, take that walk, take the trash out, do something, take a couple of breaths and re energize yourselves. We're
Yeah.
going to take a deep inhale here. Bring that left hand up into the sky. Breathe in. Good. I'm going to take my left hand and, like I'm putting a seat buckle on, cross it over to my right knee, thigh, wherever it goes. Good. Both feet pressed gently into the ground. My shoulders are relaxed. And I'm twisting here. If you want more of a twist, You can turn around and maybe look over that right shoulder. If you want even more, maybe bring your right hand to the side of the chair or over the back of the chair and ooh, maybe feel that back just open up,
Mm.
shoulders relax. You might even have your back pop a little bit. Good. We're here for another three. I want you to breathe down into the belly, massaging those internal organs with the breath. Two, releasing tension.
Mm.
And one. Good. Slowly coming out. We're going to bring both hands up into the sky, reach up, stretch up. Exhale. This time, bring that right hand over to the left knee, like you're putting on your seat buckle, and
Mhm.
then turn to the other side. Now, we're not yanking, we're not pulling, twisting. We easing into this pose. In yoga, we take our time. It's not about no pain, no gain. If there's pain, stop. Listen to your body.
Mm.
We're breathing, we're flowing with their body. We're not trying to fight it or force it. Like anything else in life, we're going with the flow. We only here for another five, four, three, two, one. Inhale, slowly coming back to the center.
Mm.
Good. Let's do a shoulder roll to relax it out. Inhale and exhale back and down. Nice. Move your head, your shoulders, whatever you need to do to feel right within your body. I am a yoga instructor. That means I provide the cues and the postures and poses, but you are the real boss. You tell your body what to do and you listen. Good. I'm going to stretch these legs out now. So I'm here and I can extend. It just depends on where you are. I'm
Mhm.
going to push my left heel into the ground, extend this leg. If I want more, I can come to the edge of my chair.
Mhm.
Ooh, and bring my leg all the way out. Feel the stretch here. And you see, I have my toes curled back. That's my hamstring. That's my glute. That's my calf muscle. And
Right.
for any of y'all who have plantar fasciitis, this is great. The bottom of the foot, the tendons in the foot. For those of you who are walking and say you can't walk anymore because of the plantars, make sure you stretch this foot. Now, I'm going to pull my toes back, and you feel that stretch there. I'm
Mhm.
going to lean forward. Ooh, now you may not be able to touch your toes, and that's okay. But just being able to lean forward
I
is
could turn to the
huge.
side.
Good.
So you reach as far as you can reach, correct?
You reach as far as you reach. Yoga is all about what you can do. It's about your body. It's never about what somebody else is doing. It's about your body. So reach as far as you reach where you can still maintain a calm and comfortable breath for five,
Mm.
4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly roll up. Good. And then we're going to go to the other side. Oh, this side is a little tighter. That's all right. Toes still curl back. I just want you to feel the shins and the calves. A lot of times we don't stretch those out, but we walking every day with them. We standing, we getting up. Lean forward and stretch. Breathe here. Even getting into that lower back, leaning forward for five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, slowly roll up. Coming on up. Breathe in, then breathe out. Good. We're just going to pick these knees up and squeeze them as close to you as possible, working into the hips. Of course, our hips are important. We're
Mhm.
jamming them in chairs all day long, and the
Mhm.
couch, and the cars, and these seats. We're going from one chair to one chair. So we want to get these hips to open up by picking up these knees. You can grab the bottom of the legs and just pick them up. And all of our joints have what we call a synovial fluid. And that synovial fluid is like the oil, the lubricant of our bodies. So our
Mhm.
joints aren't rubbing bone to bone. So a lot of us need oil changes. We got to make sure we are flushing that oil out and keeping lubricated. Good, good, good.
Wow. And a lot
Nice.
of things you're saying, to tell you the truth, I've never even heard, like what you just said about the
Mm,
oils. I've never heard that before.
yes, it is very true.
I've heard of cartilage, but I've never heard of
Yeah, yeah. Cartilage is definitely the spaces in between. And cartilage is, like a material like the nose is made out of cartilage. The ears are made out of cartilage,
right.
but there still needs to be a lubricant. So it's not just rubbing it, like a car. Those parts need to move. So
Right.
moving your legs, moving your arms. Good, good, good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after all that moving that I did in the first yoga class, we came to the most difficult posture and most difficult pose of yoga. It's the end of the pose and it's called Shavasana. So in Shavasana, in class, we lay flat on the mat, our backs out and our arms there. And our chair pose is coming back into that easy, tall, seated position. Now, this is the most difficult posture because we stand still, we sit still, we lay still. And a lot of times when we come into that stillness, that's where it all comes up. The insecurities, the memories, the stress, the worry, the trauma, working with kids especially, you can see some of them can't even stay still. And that's not even their fault. They all over the place. But to be able to stay still for a period of time requires focus and breath and calm. And that's a practice. So what we're going to do is come into this pose. You're going to relax. You're going to have your chair, you're going to have your hands relaxed and calm in your chair.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Your shoulders are relaxed. And I'm going to count from 1 to 10. And every time you hear a number, it's just
Mm-hmm.
going to remind you to breathe. So relax your feet, your shoulders, your knees, your back. Relax your head, your eyes, your face. Swallow deep to relax the throat. No grinding in the jaw. Inhale and exhale for 10, 9, relax the chest. 8, breathe. 7, relax the shoulders. 6, relax the legs. 5, the arms. 4, 3, breathe. 2, 1, inhale and exhale. One more time, breath in and breath out. Good, good,
I feel like a new person, James.
good. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I'm gonna speak for me. I'm like, wow, I needed all of this. And
Yes, yes.
I walk, but I realize that's not enough
Mhm.
because I am online a lot, and I am, like you said, hunched over, and I am on the whole everything on the phone and all those things. So I know I'm not opening up enough. I'm not working my body enough. It's just kind of like just a little bit, really. I guess I don't.
Mhm.
But I think I look at it as a little bit is better than nothing,
Yeah,
but it's still not enough. So
right.
do you mind, James? And I don't want to our audience to not get the information about the Million Man. Um,
Yes.
and would you mind hold or let's share the flyer with our audience because I do
Okay.
want them to have that. Ladies and gentlemen, we also had comments from Oliver Welch. That's my husband. He's executive producer for the show. He says, "Hi, James. Welcome to the show. This information is well needed. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge in this field."
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
I tell you, because I was sitting there, I'm going through everything. Um, it's excellent. Gwendolyn says, "I'd like to see if my company will pay for your to do for you to do a Zoom session for at our company. We work
Awesome.
remotely and sit hours on end."
Awesome. Please. Thank you so much, Gwendolyn. You can
Yeah.
contact us at thatyogadude.com.
Yeah, and she says, "This was a wonderful treat. Thank you, James."
Yes.
Oh, I tell you, yay! See, being
Yay.
on the Mary D talk show,
Yes. Thank you so much.
you
And
never know. You
are you
never.
able to see the flyer?
Oh, hold on, put it up right now. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me put it up so you guys can see it better. Here we go. This is, and those of you on the email list will receive this in email. In fact, I'll probably just send it out today to make sure that you mark your calendars. The sixth annual Million Man meditation. And I know, like I said before, I am so proud of James because he's literally, this was his idea. And now it has gone on. We're at the sixth one. That's impressive, James. You stay consistent. Good for you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm just really, I can't say I'm relaxed more. I can speak for me. I don't know if anybody else is with James on this. So as I said before, if you're not on the email, let me tell you how you can get on there too. Let me say that because I want to make sure you guys all get it. If you go to Mary D. Welch and join the email list through that website, which is the Front Page Publishing website. That's one way to get on the email list, or you can email me at that's the Delano Law, or email me at Mary at First Book Academy, and then I will add your name and email to the email list, and you'll get all the emails. I just did a 3-part about the 54th Massachusetts, which is a volunteer for the Civil War. I did a 3-part on that. Really, really excellent reviews of people saying thank you for this. And then I had some people saying I don't have time to read this, but I'll read it when I have time to read it. It's that kind of thing. But I like to, before I show ends, thank you, James, for this session.
Thank you. Thank you so
I
much.
would like to invite you back again. I know that you're a busy man, but because it was hard to get you. It was we had to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the audience this. James is busy because we rescheduled twice. James, I think
Yeah. Yeah.
we had to reschedule because of with there. He has clients and he has his business and he has a lot going on. Who doesn't need to stop and and focus on ourselves? Who doesn't need this? So
Hmm.
if you are at a school or you're a corporation and you can use James, especially because now what isn't virtual nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, and
All right.
the registration is free for the Million Man is the virtual event on the 29th of October. And it's from 10 in the morning till 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. That's 2 hours. Why not make it a
Right.
family event and come on? And the
Definitely.
fact that James has classes for 6 in the morning, and those are on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
I don't see any reason not to be involved. So I appreciate you, James. Thank you for coming on the show. Please come back. We will definitely have you
Yes.
back when our schedules can connect again. But we would love to have you back again.
Thank you so much. And you can also, yeah, love for you all to check out the book that we talk about these for the babies and talk about these skills and tools for the babies.
Here, let me
So,
put you on. I'm gonna come out for a second.
yes, our book, Timmy Tut in the Pyramid Adventure. It is a full color animated book, and we have to teach the kids how to do yoga, mindfulness, and meditation. So you can go on www.timmytut.com and get a copy of the book for yourself and your grandkids and your nieces and nephews and your children.
Thank you, James. We have another comment from Elaine. She says, "Oh Lord, I needed to hear and see all of this. I heard popping over here for sure. Thank you, James. Thank you, Mary." And then a Facebook, one of our audience says, "I agree. This is needed." And Gwen says, "I love the kids yoga book, and she's going to get one for her grandchildren."
Awesome. Thank you so
All
much.
right, all right, all right, lady. And James, like I said, we're going to sit down again and figure out when you can come back, or at least. Is there any real quick yoga tips you can give us before we go?
Yes. When you are getting up in the morning, one of the best things that you can do is come out of the bed or out of that chair, whatever, and get a back bend in. So waking up, open up like this, breathing in, and then slowly coming forward. You don't have to touch your toes, you don't have to go low, but
Mhm.
just getting into a forward fold like this to get the circulation going, waking the body up, getting the blood flow into the brain. It does wonders for the body. So getting up in the morning, going backwards, going forwards, breathing up, and releasing that stress to have a great day.
All right. Thank you again, James. I don't want the system to cut us off. You have
All
a
right.
day, audience. You have a blessed day. And I will see you again next week. God bless each and every one of you. Love you. Take care. Bye bye.